place. Now I like the way this is, so I'm going to lock this layer so I don't accidentally make changes to it. I locked it, and I'm going to make a new layer. If I click right here, if I hover right here, it says create new layer. I'm going to click, and I can see that I've got a new layer up here. And I don't really need this white background because I'm not going to make that transparent at all. I don't need white behind that photo. So I'm going to just delete that, and then this little window comes up and says, do you really want to delete it? And I'm going to say yes. Now I only have two. If I double click on this one, I'm going to call this BG. That's what it's just short for background. That way when I'm looking at this, I know it should be on the bottom. And if for some reason another layer ends up below it and I can't find the layer, I don't see it out here, I'll know hey, it's below my background, so I need to pull it up. Okay, now I need something to put in here, don't I? So I'm going to go back to my folder here. Here's what I want to put in there. So I'm going to double click on this one, and here it is over here. Opens up. And just like this photo here, the resolution on this image is 72. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to go to Image, Image Size. And you'll notice it remembered that the last time I did this, I had this unchecked. So it already remembered to have that unchecked, which is good. So I just click in here, change the 72 to 300, just like the file I'm working in. Then I click OK. Then I think instead of dragging the layer, I'm just going to select the part I want and click and drag about like that. And then I can copy, Command C, because copy starts with C, and I can close this. I don't need it anymore. I don't need to save it. Now I'm back over here, and I'll hit Command V to paste, and it pasted it right in this new layer I have. And it does need to be resized, so I am going to go to Edit, Transform, Scale, and I need to come up here and lock the width and height again so the proportions stay the same. You can see right now they're both at 100%. You can make changes right in here, like if I just click in here and change this to 50. Notice how they both changed at the same time. 50% looks pretty good. Let's move it over here. Yeah, I'm liking 50%. That'll work. So instead of using the handles, you can just put a number right in there and change the size as well. Then I just hit return. The handles go away. The transformation is complete. Now it's time to use the eraser. And I'll come over here and get, let's see, there's the eraser right there. Remember, you can always hover and it'll tell you what tool it is. I click on there. It starts out at a size 13. I can change the size by clicking right there and bringing this up. Then I just click off to get rid of that little dialog. And then you can see I'm able to come in here with this big brush and get rid of a lot of the bigger parts before I zoom in. Make sure you let go often. See how I'm not clicking right now? That way this part's already erased, so that if I happen to mess up, oops, when I hit Command Z to undo, I don't lose this work over here that I already did. Okay? And then I'm going to come down. Just going to work my way through this. Oopsie, that was a little close. I think I'm okay. And then we can come in here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in right here, and I will start to erase and work my way all the way around, until I'm all the way done. There's going to be some detail work in here. It's going to take some time. I'm going to start out showing you a little bit of what this looks like, but it's kind of, it's going to take me a while. I don't need to show you the whole thing in this guide. You'll get the idea. So I zoomed in right there, and I'm going to erase along here. I'm going to erase this straight across. Let's see. Remember, you can hit the space bar and this turns into the hand. Maybe I will erase down like this and show that that's torn. Okay, go back to my eraser, which is right there. And when I come out here, it's way too big. So if I right click, I can change. I'm going to go down to about 20 for now. That'll do. And come along like this. With a brush about this size, I can get a lot of the detail work done, zoomed in to this amount, but you can see to really get this area, this brush is too big and I need to zoom in more. So I'm going to get the zoom tool again, and I'm going to zoom way in on this spot, and I know I just want to get rid of this part here, so I'm going to go back to the eraser, and then I'm going to right click and bring this down. This ought to work pretty good right here. And then I'm going to hold down the space bar and move this over some. The more you zoom in and the smaller your brush, the better your detail is going to be. I know initially this can seem like a really boring part of the process, but the more time you take on this erasing, the better your image is going to be and the happier you're going to be with your final product. Okay? So at this time, I'm going to, like I was saying before, I'm going to go ahead and stop this guide at this point. I'm going to finish doing all the erasing just like I showed you, and then I'll come back to the guide and show you how I'm going to place it inside this file.